Hello, this is Giorgio Lucas. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today I want to talk about the Polish real estate market and why I think this is quite a solid investment you can make going forward. So here are 10 reasons why I think it's a good idea to invest in the Polish real estate market. Number one, the economy in Poland has been doing exceptionally well over the last few years. Between 2014 and 2019, each year it has grown by more than 3%. And just to give you an example, in one year, 2018, it grew by over 5%. Also, unemployment in Poland is very, very low. At the end of 2019, it was 3.5%. Just think, only 15 years ago when Poland joined the European Union, just over 15 years ago, unemployment was nearly 20%. That is truly, truly amazing that it's come down so much. And even a few years ago, it was around 6%. But now at 3.5%, that is tremendous performance. Also, the total debt to government debt to GDP is around 46%. Now that is much, much lower than the European Union average, which at the end of 2019 stood at around 87%. Reason number two, the Polish people are very, very, very highly educated people. I've spoken to quite a few of them in the last few years, especially here in London, and they're well educated, very literate, speak lots of languages, and a very, very bright future for them. Number three is actually Brexit. Now, why Brexit? Simply because with Brexit, there are less people, talented people leaving Poland and coming to the UK. Simply because since Brexit, the pound has fallen very heavily against the zloty. So it incentivizes very talented Polish people to stay in Poland and to contribute to the Polish economy. And you can see that in the figures. Salaries have risen over the last few years and unemployment has come down. So this can only be good for the Polish real estate market. Number four, Poland is quite stable. It's been in the European Union since 2004 and has been a member of NATO since 1999. So a very, very stable country in Eastern Europe. Number five, with prices are robust, have been very, very robust in Poland, and they're still quite low. So Poland didn't actually go through a housing crisis at the end of 2008, 2009, when we had the financial crash. Prices didn't actually come down. They still went steadily up. But even as we speak today, they're still quite reasonable. So if you take existing property, let's exclude new property, the average price per square meter in Warsaw is 2,000 euros, in Krakow 1,700, and similar in Gdansk, or pronounced in English Gdansk, at around 1,700 euros. That's quite reasonable. And even other major cities like Wrocław, which is in English pronounced Wrocław, is 1,600 euros, and Łódź, pronounced in English Lodz, is 1,200 euros per square meter. That's very, very, very low. Now, number six, the rental yields in major cities in Poland are quite good as well. Actually, they're very good, between 5 to 6%. So if you buy an apartment in either Krakow or Warsaw or any of the other major cities, you can expect this as a rental yield, which is definitely above average for Europe. You will, however, have to pay rental income tax. So up to around 18,500, 19,000 euros a year, you will pay 18% rental income. Anything above that, you will pay 32%. So that is quite high, although there are a lot of deductibles. So do bear that in mind. Number seven, capital gains tax in Poland is 19%. Well, you might think it's nothing exceptional. It's not exceptionally low. It's not exceptionally high either. And if you keep the property for 5 years, yeah, that's 0%. So I'm sure you agree with me. That is not too bad. Another thing what I like about Poland, in the last 15 years, tourism has almost doubled and is set to increase going forward. Now, that can only be good for the property market. Number nine is the low transaction costs. So for existing properties, as a buyer, you will pay 3% commission to the real estate agent. You will also pay a 2% civil transaction tax cost and notary fees, between 0.25% and 3%. The way it works is in Poland is the higher the price of the property on a scale, the lower the notary fee. So you will not pay either 0.2 or 5% or 3%. Typically, you'll pay around the 2% mark, and you'll also pay a 0.1% registration fee. Now, that's quite low, in particular when you take into account that sellers pay nothing at all. So no fees to the estate agent, no notary fees. That's pretty good. But there is a caveat: for new property, you expect to pay 23% VAT, in particular if the seller is registered for VAT, which is likely if you're buying off-plan from a developer. And number 10, I think what's amazing about Poland, if you look at all the countries in Europe, Poland is one of the best for flight communication. What do I mean? There are literally hundreds of flights going to in and out of Polish cities. I say hundreds, thousands going every day. So it's very, very well communicated, and a lot of the low-cost airlines fly to all the major cities in Poland, and often several times a day. And that's good if you've got a property in that country. Now, where do you invest in Poland? I think any of the major cities are good. Obviously, you've got Warsaw, which is the capital, which has all the major multinationals there, and you have places like obviously the beautiful city of Krakow. I've been to Krakow, I've been to Gdansk, pronounced Gdansk in English, and those two are beautiful cities. I like Gdansk, particularly it's been rebuilt in the style before the World War II, a little bit like Warsaw. So I think any of these cities are worth investing in. And the city which I'm going to say I think you might just make some good money is Łódź, pronounced Lodz in English, Lodz, simply because the price per square meter is much lower than the other cities. And if I compare it to Warsaw, now if you buy a city centre flat in Warsaw, you'll pay literally double that of what you'll pay in Łódź. But if you look at the salaries in Warsaw are only about 30% more than Łódź. So that tells me that there's still money to be made in Łódź. If you're Polish and you're watching this video, let me know your thoughts and whether you agree with me that Łódź is possibly an undiscovered city which potentially the real estate market can take off in the future and catch the other cities. Anyway, it's been great having you again. Let me know your thoughts. I'll be interested to know, particularly, let's say, from Polish people living in Poland and abroad, whether you think it's a country still worth investing in the real estate market. Anyway, I'll thank you again. I'll catch you next time and have a lovely day.